I had disliked a lot of things that he was saying, and how he was acting, being that, me, I'm a real individual. I just felt like, we was all cool at one point in time.
Now remember this.
Sounds familiar.
No. I was older than Canelo is when I beat Canelo. So now, imagine seeing Canelo at 36 and me at 36 and we fight.
24 world champions, 5 divisions conquered, best defender of all time, right? Bud Crawford surpasses him in accolades because of the undisputed in 3 divisions. Both of them are fighters that fought great into their late 30s. However, Floyd has a deeper resume than Bud Crawford.
During a live interview, Terence Crawford confidently discussed Floyd Mayweather and his own history. Declaring that Floyd's boxing career was over, he made it apparent that this was his time. Crawford underlined that since Mayweather is now the sport's face, attention should be directed at him. Confidently, he presented himself as the boxer who is bringing boxing into the modern era.
Broadcast for Jake and Tyson, and some people like the likes of Carl Froch viewed that as an endorsement. Like, look, man, I'm just working. It's a big opportunity to be on Netflix. I didn't put the fight together. I'm not paying these guys. So, let's chill out. But all right, I'm not going to poo-poo this. I just don't know what CSI is. And the way it was presented made me think that there was like a secondary press release to come, that they'll be involved in like some sort of like virtual boxing thing. Like, it just didn't seem real. You know why it didn't seem real? I'll tell you why. There's no date attached to it. There's no venue attached to it. Forget rules, exhibition, not exhibition, weight. I mean, here's a guy who fought a heavyweight fighting forget all that. These things can get figured out, the fine details. The fact that it was announced, why announce something with no date or location attached to it? What's the point? Unless you're just trying to get people excited and trying to get them, trying to get some investors or something like that.
But maybe also testing the waters. If the response was overwhelmingly positive, maybe you go, okay, we move forward. If the response is muted or negative, maybe you go, okay, we're not going to actually do this. You lob it out there as a way to poll the public, and then make an adjustment.
So you don't think it happens?
I do not think it happens. I just don't think there will be enough interest. I know they have huge name value. There's zero after the last performance by Mike Tyson against Jake Paul. I don't think there's going to be interest in seeing Mike Tyson do that again.
Floyd Mayweather reminded supporters that he's shown his expertise and experience by training Canelo Alvarez when he was already older than him. He maintained that since both of their notable wins occurred against the same opponent, Terence Crawford defeating Canelo shouldn't be viewed as such a significant accomplishment. This emphasizes for Floyd that his victory is still the better accomplishment, and that Crawford's victory does not elevate him above Mayweather's legacy.
Canelo is a hell of a fighter. He's a hell of a fighter. And everyone is now saying that he's not the same fighter. He's not looking the same. Now remember this.
Sounds familiar.
No. I was older than Canelo is when I beat Canelo. So now, imagine seeing Canelo at 36 and me at 36 and we fight. And now what y'all gonna say, well, now he got what? I don't know how many fights he got.
Because Terence Crawford does not now have Floyd Mayweather's perfect 50-0 record. Several analysts contend that he cannot yet be compared to the fighter. They contend that Crawford needs to do more than just defeat talented opponents like Canelo Alvarez in order to genuinely eclipse Mayweather as the greatest boxer of all time. One recommendation that is frequently made is that Crawford should lift more weight and challenge the formidable and deadly fighter David Benz. In addition to proving Crawford's bravery, defeating Benz would show that he can overcome a fighter whom many view as one of the hardest opponents in modern boxing. Despite his present accomplishments, several experts maintain that Crawford will never be recognized on the same level as Mayweather in the absence of such a victory.
You look at Floyd's record, right? Floyd's legacy is 50-0, 24 world champions, 5 divisions conquered, best defender of all time, right? Bud Crawford surpasses him in accolades because of the undisputed in 3 divisions. Both of them are fighters that fought great into their late 30s. However, Floyd has a deeper resume than Bud Crawford, but both of their best wins are Canelo Alvarez. Canelo was a younger, greener Canelo when Floyd beat him. Bud beat an older, slower, but more seasoned Canelo. Now, Bud's not going to surpass Floyd because of the record. He's not going to make 50-0. Bud has to separate himself. What he has to do is do something that Floyd didn't do. Take on the challenges that people are scared for you to take. Just that's what separates Leonard and Duran from the rest. If Bud Crawford beats David Benavidez, he will surpass Floyd Mayweather as far as on the old-time list. As of right now, if Bud Crawford retires, I would have him somewhere around the top 5, top 7.
Robert Garcia, a trainer, views the matter differently. He thinks Terence Crawford is not likely to face David Benz and jeopardize his legacy. Garcia claims that Crawford is a skilled combatant who understands how to make history without endangering himself needlessly. Benvitz has a significant size advantage and is a dangerous opponent who might break Crawford's winning run. Garcia believes that since Crawford already has a stellar resume and doesn't need to prove himself by facing someone outside of his native division, the risk is greater than the gain. This position emphasizes the continuous discussion between maintaining a virtually flawless career and taking chances that will define one's legacy.
There's no way. Crawford just got the biggest win in his career and one of the biggest wins in history. He doesn't need to go out there and risk. But it is too big, too strong. We don't want to see a champion do so much and accomplish so much and then end his career with a bad choice, a bad fight that he shouldn't take. I wouldn't do it.
Floyd's uncle Jeff Mayweather agreed, saying that even though Terence Crawford decisively outboxed Canelo Alvarez, the fight shouldn't be viewed as the last yardstick. He emphasized that Canelo had changed as a fighter, pointing out that Alvarez no longer delivered blows with the force or acuity he had in the past. Jeff clarified that a lot of people questioned Crawford and questioned his level of competition before to this bout. However, others continued to minimize his accomplishment even after defeating Canelo. Jeff said that while the victory was impressive, it should be weighed against the larger picture. Crawford's victory does not automatically exonerate him from criticism since Canelo was not at his best.
Canelo knocks him out in the first half of the fight because he couldn't handle the power. And obviously that proved not to be, or to be the case, that Crawford could definitely handle the power. Were you surprised that, it didn't look like, maybe once or twice it looked like maybe Crawford felt it, but never in any kind of real trouble?
Yeah, I don't think that Canelo really hit him. I mean, he hit him a couple times clean, but I mean, Crawford, Crawford's a big guy too. Crawford took it like it was nothing. I mean, and he hit Canelo a few times. I mean, and Canelo took it as well. So I mean, basically, at the end of the day, I mean, they both took decent shots from each other, but Crawford just didn't get hit as much as Canelo did.
Do you think that was a case of you can't Canelo's a guy that's not out there throwing huge combinations, that he's more of a punch at a time kind of guy,
Yeah.
And that's not going to work against someone as slick and talented as Bud Crawford.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, basically, Canelo was looking for just one big shot, trying to land a big shot on Crawford, but Crawford wasn't having it. And Crawford at times would say, I guess he would say to himself, I need to, do a little more work. And basically, and it seemed like he just did that, and he would let his hands go.